One of my heroes, I suppose you say heroines, a principal one of the civil rights movement was Lily Carroll Jackson. We were out in the country, way out in the country, not as far these days because of the conveniences we have. But we were people living almost in isolation in communities. We were in black communities out in the rural parts of Maryland, and that's where I'm from. Lily Carroll Jackson would come there on special occasions because she was selling the NAACP and selling us on the notion that we could improve things for ourselves. It all went together as far as she was concerned. Those were earlier days and the days in which there was an understanding that there would be a drive for integration. School system we were in where we were at that time selling NAACP memberships that she inspired us to sell. We get a sticker that we could put on our window for our classroom if we sold the most NAACP memberships in the school, and we would vie for that. And we would appreciate seeing her present and hearing her come and talk about self-improvement and the kind of things that the NAACP stood for. Civil rights as well. But this was before the days of the integration movement. There are many others as well, many of them coming out of the time of the civil rights movement, including her daughter, Juanita Mitchell, who followed her in keeping up the same kind of work. Of course, her husband Clarence and her sons. But Ms. Jackson was an early hero, and Mr. Silas Craft and many others. But we also learned to appreciate as heroes those who were our parents, who took up the mantle of seeing to it that the schools did indeed begin to integrate. And there are many heroes who have come out and heroines who have come out of that effort throughout the state of Maryland, whose names will always be unknown, who did not do it so they would be known, but did it, and the matter of staying anonymous while doing it was part of the way in which they escaped some of the fear. They were able to be heroes in their own community, but not known otherwise in getting some of the things done we needed to get done. Oftentimes those people were those who were the leadership of the NAACP, the local pastors of prominence who led in the movement, and other people who, because of their role in the community, rather than who they were personally, or to be identified personally, were the people. Usually, the black high school principal was one of our leaders in the civil rights movement in our communities. Oftentimes, we look to our teachers and our ministerial leaders, our preachers, for the kind of instruction we needed in what ought to be done.